Welcome to From the Den podcast, providing Bears and NFL fans alike with compelling news, discussion, and debate. I'm your co-host Benjamin, joined alongside my dear friend and co-host Oren.
Hey Benjamin, let's get right into it. As always, kickoff starts now.
Okay, so how will the possibility of no or shortened training camp affect the competition between Foles and Trubisky? And who does it help? Does it help Foles or Trubisky?
I think it's interesting. There are arguments to be made for either side. The obvious argument is it'll help Trubisky because he's more familiar with this offense and the players. So clearly, Foles would need some time to become a part of this Bears organization and to gain the trust of both the players and the coaches. But alternatively, you could say that right now the players and the coaches, moreover, trust Foles more than they do Trubisky, because why would they bring in a guy that they didn't trust? So possibly training camp could be the time in the coach's eyes for Trubisky to prove himself rather than Foles, as they already know that Foles is this proven veteran. So in that case, it would be Foles that having no training camp helps more, because I believe that right now the coaches have some faith in Foles. So yes.
So I'm going to go kind of say what you're saying also. I think that arguments could be made, multiple arguments could be made for both players, and I'll list them out, and I'll list which argument I think is stronger. For Trubisky, it seems like Trubisky has the upper edge in this competition. I think he's going to be starting he's going to play with the first team if there is training camp, while Foles doesn't. He's going to play with the second team. Well, that shows that they have Trubisky's starting off with a bit higher of an edge, and if there's no training camp, he does start off with a tiny bit of more of an edge. Also, if there's no training camp, Trubisky already has built chemistry with Allen Robinson, Anthony Miller. I get he hasn't built any with Ted Ginn. He's built with Riley Ridley, Javon Wims. But the argument for Nick Foles is that Nick Foles knows this offense in and out. He knows everything about it, better than Trubisky. Matt Nagy wants him to start. But also, he doesn't have any of this chemistry between the wide receivers, which is a big thing that quarterbacks need. But I think that even though he doesn't have that chemistry, I think that Nick Foles is more likely to be helped out by this, because Nick Foles has been such a journeyman throughout his whole career that I think that Nick Foles has learned how to build chemistry fast as possible. And he was able to step into an Eagles situation and build chemistry twice with the wide receivers, 2 different times. And I think that just being able, even if there's no training camp, I think that Nick Foles will be able to step in and still build chemistry, not like Trubisky's, but he'll be able to build a solid amount of chemistry throughout the first few weeks. And then after that, he'll be able to build it even more and more, to the point that it's similar to Trubisky's, except that the knowledge of the playbook is going to be so much greater with Foles that Matt Nagy feels more comfortable having Foles in.
Got it. I think we're both agreeing that Foles, but, I'm really 50-50 on this overall. I can't really decide between Trubisky or Foles. I'm not 100% sure what the general managers and coaches' mindset is. I do think it's very likely that they don't think highly of Trubisky right now, because if they did, it doesn't make sense why they would bring in Foles in the first place. But on the other hand, the simple answer seems to be the better one here, or might be the better one here, just that Trubisky's more familiar with the players and the playbook. So, of course, you get the start if there were to be shortened training camps.
If you enjoyed this episode of From the Den, please remember to subscribe, comment, and like this video.
Or, if you're a Packers fan, remember to dislike and leave a nasty comment. Click the links on the screen to access additional content.